So hello and welcome to another episode of Boyfriend to Death 2. Sorry for a while that there wasn't any episode. I was re-editing the first 9 episodes into one episode. Plus, don't know if you can notice on my voice, but I'm a little bit sick. But that will not stop me from recording this episode. So, alright. Let's get into it. Hey, Cain? Cain looked up from his book for a moment before closing it and placing it on the table. Oh shit, how did I do his voice? Shit. What is it? I took a nervous gulp. I was finding it hard to answer him, with his eyes boring into me like hateful dreams. Let me guess. You want me to let you go, right? I nodded. He got up from his seat and raised his hand. An invisible force smashed me into the wall. The force relented, and I slumped to the floor. Listen here, love. Cain kneeled down and gently caressed my hair. I felt something wrap around my arms and legs. I looked down to see what happened to be white. Yeah, we already did. Yeah, I remember this scene. Okay, we can skip this. I remember this. And let's scream stop at him. Because last time I think we said it hurts. Yeah, we said it hurts. We never said it's stop. Cain sighed and shook his head. Don't you have anything better to say? You sound so weak. He grabbed my face and forced my mouth open. You won't be needing this. You have nothing good to say anyway. He pulled my tongue out of my head and punched my jaw into it. I could feel my teeth sinking into the soft muscle, severing it from my mouth. Separating it. I wanted to scream or cry, but all I could feel was blood pooling in my mouth. I let out a scream that came in gurgles and blood. Cain looked at my tongue and tossed it away as he pushed me on the ground. The pain was unbearable. I could feel myself fading as I looked up at Cain. You brought this on yourself, you boring creature. I felt my eyes getting heavy. The blood was pooling in my mouth, and Cain wouldn't let me spit it out. He kept his hand over my mouth as I blacked out. You died. Cain got bored. Oh, come on! Well, try to eat me? Yeah. We never refused, so let's refuse. No! Cain sighed and looked at his knife. What good are you then? What? What good are you then? Cain stabbed the knife into my gut and ripped my organs out of my stomach. I started to scream. Stop! Stop! It hurts! Everything was cold and painful. I just wanted to die. You're not dying yet. Huh? He said softly as I felt myself keeping consciousness. I gasped for air. I knew I should be dead, but he was keeping me alive. Yeah, I can see that. He's making me alive. Oh god damn! All right. He pushed the guts into my open mouth. What's wrong, sweetie? Too much? He pushed the coppery cords into my throat. I couldn't breathe. I just wanted to die. I gagged and choked. I wanted out of my mouth. Cain pushed more of the cords in as I tried to breathe through my nose. Eat it. Blah. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? What other choice did I have? I swallowed what I was in my throat as much as I could. Cain started to laugh as my mind blacked out. You can go now. You died. You ate yourself? What the fuck is wrong with him? We know this, and let's go again to the bathroom. Yay, we didn't yet do this. Hey yo, you naked again? Why are you so jumpy? It's just me. Where are you? Don't ask stupid questions. It's a bathroom, and I want to take a bath. He turned away from me and got into the bath himself. And a few other ingredients. Want to try it? Yeah, sure. Okay. He held up the glass and took a sip of it before shifting towards me. He pushed his lips against mine and my eyes shot open. I struggled and put my hands on his shoulder. I tried to push against him, but he was too strong. I could feel the liquid filling my mouth. I swallowed it and it felt like my body was on fire. What was it? What was in that? My voice came out briefly and panting. Well, Cain looked at my body and flicked my nipple. I let out a loud moan and put my hands over my mouth. He let out another loud laugh and licked his lips. Looks like it works on you much faster than any demon. He rubbed his hands down my sides and I felt my toes curling up. His touch was making my head spin. He leaned into my ear and licked it, nipping softly. I let out another moan. You feeling it yet? He whispered into my ear. I am going to take what you want now. I quickly nodded my head as he stood over me. I could feel myself orgasming as he pushed his cock inside of me. So soon, we are not done here. Cain started to thrust in me faster. I could hear the water splashing out of the bath. Man, what the fuck? You horny bitch. He grabbed my shoulders and pushed my head under the water. Are you going to drown me for moaning? I could feel terror pulsing through my body. I grabbed his arm as he held me down, but he didn't let me up. I felt bubbles of air leave my mouth, and I smacked his arm twice. He let me go, and I pushed my head up for air, but I hit the top of the water like a wall. It felt like I was looking through glass as I put my hands against it. He started to thrust faster in me, my lungs filling with water. I could feel him spraying inside of me as everything went dark. Cain drowned you. Did he drown me to death or fuck me to death? I don't know. Maybe both. The pleasure began to build under my sternum. Roses burst out of my chest. My vision slowly grew dark. Oh my god. Never mind. I'm changing my mind. Cain is a Smash character. Smash. I heard Cain speak as my hearing started to fade. You know, I think that you might make a wonderful centerpiece. Now, where should I put you? You're a little too big for the dining room table. You died. Cain made you a centerpiece. Alright, I like it. Yep, he's naked. And this time, no, not what is that, but what are you? This time we will not ask about the wine, we will ask about him. What am I? Cain must on the question for a moment, running a hand through his hair. I'm a fallen angel. Cursed, really. Cain said as he turned his back to me for a moment. Oh! The large tattoo on the back flashed at me. I put my hand on the black marks and ran my fingers down it. Cain. I muttered to myself. What? He responded gruffly as he turned around. Your name is really familiar. If you read anything about mythology, perhaps you've heard about me. Cain and Abel? Abel was my brother. He deserved what he got. There was no remorse in his voice. How old are you? Ancient. It's just recently that I could do what I want. Excuse me? That took me by surprise. Do you enjoy robbing the cradle? Let me save this. He let out a hearty laugh and put his hand on my head. Only as much as you enjoy robbing the grave. So none. You're pretty feisty for someone in your situation. I have to be. I don't want to just roll over for you. Cain seemed surprised and patted my head. Why don't I leave you alone for the night? Enjoy your bath. He climbed out of the bath. He wrapped a towel around his waist and walked out of the bathroom. He leaned my head under the water a bit. The warm water surrounded me. It made me feel safe. I only spent a few minutes by myself before I slipped out of the bathroom into Cain's bedroom. He was laying... Again, you are naked even in your bedroom, are you kidding me? He was laying down with his arms behind his bed. Why don't you come here and rob the grave? Sure, let's go over. I walked over and growled on his lap. Are you serious? I could feel his hand behind my neck as he pulled me down for a kiss. I leaned back and rubbed myself against him. I could feel his cock under the sheets and rolled my hips against him. You're crazy. Haven't I hurt you enough? Maybe I am crazy. Maybe Lawrence made me crazy. Who knows? Who knows? Ooh, I'm cuckoo crazy. I heard him moan under his breath. Maybe I want you to hurt me. I pulled the sheet away and rubbed myself against him. His arm shot out and he pushed his thumbs into my mouth. Why don't you use this instead? I licked his thumb and let out a small moan. I moved away from his hand and leaned down. Hey, yo, why? Why are you making these poses, man? I cannot show this on YouTube. Man, he's cock in my face. Oh, come on. What the fuck? It smelled clean. God damn it. I'm sick and I need to watch porn? Man. But I will agree with one thing. You're hot. It smelled clean enough. I gave a tiny lick and Cain grabbed my hair hard. No teasing, love, he said as he pushed my mouth on his cock. I opened my mouth as wide as I could and felt his cock in the back of my throat. I let out a little moan as he leaned over me and sent his hand into my butt. I moaned into him as he smacked me. Little masochist. He picked up a feather from his side table. How much of one are you? He dragged the soft feather against my back, and I choked. I wanted to scream or laugh, but it turned into a moan as I felt the feather's soft edge turn sharp. I could feel him cutting into my back. I looked up at him with tears in my eyes, and he scratched the blade against my back again. Oh, so you do like that, huh? He pushed deeper with the blade. I moaned loudly, taking Cain's cock into the back of my throat. He suddenly thrusted forward and got down my back. He was panting loud as he put his blade down and put his hand on my head. Fuck, he moaned as he pushed deep in my throat. I could feel his warm cum sliding down my throat. I pulled back, coughing. You're so rough. He put his hand on my head and laughed. Sorry. My back was aching, but I felt okay about it. I nuzzled against him. He pressed his hand against my back, whipping off the blood. You are very interesting, love. So, are you old man? Did I really fall asleep on his lap? Like doing this stuff? You serious? I pushed my fingers through his red hair as he slammed me against the wall. I hate you. I stammered out between breaths. I know. He put his hands underneath my butt as he pushed into me harder. I could feel my body tighten up as he grabbed a handful of my hair and pulled it out. Fuck. I felt myself orgasming as he came into me. Cain laughed lightly as he placed me on his bed. You're different. He patted my head and licked my blood off his hand. You can call me master if you want. I will call you master. Fine, master. Good. He leaned in and nuzzled me. Keep it that way. Easel from the corner and look at it. Oh! You changed clothes. I must say, in these clothes you look much more smashable. Are you going to paint? Cain asked as he came in front of the balcony. Yes? Do you have anything for it?
Let's go! You see that heart? He loves us! Yes!
I only have a black paint. Let's go, man. I'm saving this again. I nodded my head. Thanks. Okay. He opened the closet and pulled out a canvas for me. He put a toolbox next to the easel and I opened it. It was full of fancy, unused brushes and a bottle of black paint. I will say, do you paint? No, I never had a talent for it. I picked up a brush and dipped it into the black ink. I just wanted to paint something, anything to take my mind off my situation. Cain took a seat on his couch, watching me. Have you studied art before? At school, respectable. If you like school, having introduction isn't usually something someone likes, especially if it feels like your instructor is belittling your intelligence. Any knowledge is power, my dear. You just need to know how to seek it out. These days, it's not so hard to find information about anything really. You just need a computer. I just watched my hand move as I painted. An old man like me? I barely know how to use the internet. My knowledge comes from experience, and I have many years of experience. Sounds eternal. It can be. Midway upon the journey of your life, I found myself within a forest dark, for the straightforward pathway has been lost. The Inferno Dante's Divine Comedy. The situation that I find myself in isn't far from a divine comedy in its own rights. I wouldn't call it a divine. You know what I mean. I suppose so. What was it like, working as a torturer? It was supposed to be my punishment. However, do one thing long enough and you acquire a taste for it. It can also grow stale. I won't deny that. You do get to see things that many people do not. Such as this scene I haven't seen personally in a while. Oh. A human in your house, I guess? Someone painting. Lots of people paint. Many people paint on computers. Yeah, that's me. I paint on my mobile. Me too, man. I painted on paper for the first time, and now I paint more mobile. Yeah. back to the chat. I prefer watching people paint on canvas. You don't have the luxury of just pressing the back button to delete a mistake, or the world of your art at the click of a button. It's too easy to be rid of something you had done. The canvas is such more like the soul. You can't just erase what you've done. You just have to paint over it or accept it for what it is. Man, I never heard this to anyone to say, but you're damn right. I loved it. I love how you speak. I'd rather see everything than be rid of it in the blink of an eye. Are you really one to talk? You're an angel. You're supposed to be perfect. I'm a fallen angel. I am supposed to be what's wrong with the waking world. I was human once, just like you. Then what happened? I killed my brother. He had no remorse in his voice. Cain seemed to be proud of it. How did it feel? It was fun, or so I vaguely remember. It's been a long time. How does it feel to kill anyone? To me, it's boring. You know, I had an appreciance once. You trained someone? He was already a doctor. I just helped him out a bit. Gave him a new pretty blue eye. You helped someone? Don't sound so incredulous. He must have been special to you. He was. He still is. Seno Kojima. Hey yo, wait, what? What? Hey yo, no, hey yo, hey. Seno Kojima, I know who that is. I was looking on the characters, here, wait, do we have him? He's the only one missing in our tab, Seno. He's the only one missing in this. I know who he is. You almost sound like you're in love with him. What? Excuse me? Would it be so far-fetched? I just wasn't aware that was a feeling you could have. You have much to learn about me yet. What do you enjoy doing? This. What's this? What's that? I felt his hands on my hips. I didn't let go of the brush. I didn't want to think about what he was doing to me, but I let out a gasp as he touched me. Pain was all I delivered for many centuries. You think this isn't painful? Being trapped here? I watched Cain's fingers dip into my paint, and I felt him drag the black ink across my side. I let out a shuddered breath and tried to keep my mind away from what he was doing. He tucked off my underwear, and I shifted my hips, lifting them up for him. Why was I just doing what he wanted? I can make it less painful for you. Cain lifted my hips up to his waist. I felt him against me. How would that make it less painful? You're just doing what you want now. Shouldn't we all? Cain leaned over and whispered in my ear. In fact, you're doing something you want right now. Not yet. I'm not. I flicked my butt upward, rubbing his cock hard with my butt, causing him to moan softly. I enjoy your honesty. Cain moved his hand and pulled himself out of his pants. I want to put my paintbrush down, but Cain grabbed my hand. Don't. Keep painting, he commanded, and I nodded. I kept my brush on the canvas and tried to move it. I watched Cain's black stained hands move across my stomach, leaving ink all over my body. I tensed up as he pushed his cock inside of me. I let out a cry, but I started to moan as I gripped the paintbrush. I wasn't even moving it anymore. I felt his fake cock move inside of me and grinned the easel. Harder, I begged as I grit my teeth. Oh, demanding. I like that, he said as the black wings burst from his back. I watched as the feathers moved near me, and I leaned into the wings, nuzzling the soft feathers as he pushed inside, fucking me harder as I had asked. I dropped the paintbrush on the ground as he fucked me from behind. Cain, I moaned out as he started to move faster. He gripped my hips and came inside of me, leaning into the back of my neck and kissing my skin. I like your painting, he growled into my ear. I looked up at the painting, my eyes winded. I slipped to the ground, just looking up the painting. What is this? What is this? Oh, goddamn, I said to myself, not realizing that Cain had already left my sight. I collected myself and went to the bedroom to go to sleep. What was that painting? Why does Cain also have so much lore now? I woke up and looked down at myself. I was clothed. These weren't my usual clothes, but I didn't mind. It was nice to be covered for once. I slid out of the bed and wandered into the living room. Cain was sitting, reading again. What are you reading? I asked, placing my chin up on his shoulder. There were a lot of words I didn't understand. Can you read it? Not really. I wouldn't expect you to understand it at any rate. It's all magic. I paused. What are you looking up? Cain signed and closed the book. Something important. That being? When did you get so inquisitive? When you answered all of my questions last night. What a mistake. He joked, and I cocked an eyebrow at him. Goddamn. Cain forced my arms around him and leaning into my arms. He took a deep breath. You're trapped here. I know. You're keeping me here. Even if I didn't keep you here, the world has married you. It's like wedding, true blood. There's no chance of you leaving without someone noticing it. What do you propose we do about it? We? He muscled on my words as his own throat folded through his head. I have a proposition for you. Let's save this is getting interesting. That being, you can stay here of your own free will or die out there. Doesn't sound like I've got my choices. No, you don't. but it's a choice I want you to make on your own.
I'll stay here.
Smart. Smart of you. I try. I leaned my head against Cain's and played with the collar on his shirt. So, what now? Do I become your loving spouse or something? What about my second in command? I paused and looked at him. What do you mean? You must have felt it. You have a darkness in you, just waiting to come out. You didn't have to think to paint a picture of you destroying angels. That just came naturally to you. Life can be easier with someone watching your back. And you chose me to do it? What if I just betray you? You won't. You don't know that. Cain grabbed the front of my top and dragged me into his lap. I hit his legs with the thumb and looked up at him. I do know it. Your carnal desires, your subsocial thoughts, they all lead to one place. He put his hand on my thigh, and I moved it upwards. I cursed wisely that I had been naked now. Right here, with me. I lifted my body towards his as he moved his hands around my back, fighting with me, bottom of my top. Don't play with me. I don't play. You say that as if I have a sense of innocence to play. I shifted my weight, strangling him between my legs. He rubbed his hands on my thighs. I rubbed my crotch against his, trying to feel him. What do you want to do? Have sex with me. I cocked my head to the side and rested my head on his shoulder. You're asking me? I need your consent. You didn't before. What makes this time different? It will be different. You just sit there then. Cain's eyes widened as he looked up at me. I'll do it. I opened his pants and reached down to his cock, struggling between my hands. I pulled and I smiled. How's this for a consent? He bit his bottom lip, watching my hand move. I will have sex with you, whenever I have to take it or not. I pushed my bottoms from my hips and tossed them away. He put his hand behind my neck and pressed his lips against mine. I positioned myself for him, looking down at his throbbing cock. I asked for this. I needed it. I pushed myself down on him and he let out a low grunt as I did. He took my hands into his hand and stabilized myself on him. I moved my hips, making sure he felt every inch of my movement. He closed his eyes and rocked himself inside of me. Cain. Okay, this is again a sus. Why does he? I don't. Okay. I need to censor this again. I whispered out as I cleaned my forehead against his body against mine. He was squeezing me so tightly, like he wasn't going to let me go. I didn't care. He was my world now. I felt his body heat up quickly, and I squeezed air around him. I felt his warm gum fill me up, and something different. Small black feathered wings approached from my back, only enough to circle my shoulders. I forced my hips down as I came over him, panting hard. The new wings fluttered with excitement as Cain reached out to touch them. They'll grow as you get stronger. Cain's tone stopped panting, more tired than I ever heard him after fun. I looked at them, then back to him. I wrapped my arms around his shoulders. I felt free. You survived. Cain saw your value. Man, god damn it, this was a really long ending. We are again one of the longest episodes. It doesn't matter right now. Let's see. Endings, Cain, and we got all these endings. Man, that was a long dialogue. I really already got into that reading. Yeah, I really enjoyed. This is probably my favorite ending so far from all of these endings from Cain. Cain saw your value is probably so far my favorite. Let's see from these other 4 endings if it could be this ending. Okay, so I guess see you in the next episode. Goodbye.